Here with an Evilswarm deck profile for the January 2015 format. Reason why I'm running Evilswarm because I'm an asshole and I hate this format. I hate Burning Abyss, I hate Cleese, but I do like Shaddolls. I did play Shaddolls, but putting that deck aside to build it and make a Shaddol hero deck profile. Let's get down to it. Alright. Start, play the one Rescue Rabbit. The reason why I run the one Rescue Rabbit brings out the 3 Heliotrope, and he's the only target for Rescue Rabbit in this deck, and the reason why is he's a first turn Ophion. First turn Ophion is usually GG, and it's awesome when your opponent scoops when he sees Ophion first turn, because he knows he's fucked, and yeah. Next I play 3 Caster. He's pretty cool, he lets you have an extra normal summon, and he's the only warrior of the Evilswarm, so if you open Rhoda, you can Rhoda for Catastor, summon Catastor, and then summon another Evilswarm monster that you have in your hand. Next, 3 Kirkion. Kirkion's pretty cool. When he's when he's summoned, you can use his effect where you can banish an Evilswarm in your graveyard. Then you can add another Evilswarm in your graveyard, add to your hand. It's pretty cool. It lets you recycle a little bit. Next, I play 3 Managora, the Evilswarm Cyber Dragon, but a little bit better because if your opponent opens up with 3 monsters on board, you can normal summon and still summon him, special summon him because your opponent has more monsters than him. Next, 3 Thunderbird. I've been thinking about dropping Thunderbird too. Don't really find him useful in this deck through testing and stuff. I'd probably add another Pandemic. Here's where it gets a little interesting and more of an anti-meta deck. Play double Max C. Reason why is for Burning Abyss you need an out, and only one of the outs that you have. If your opponent feels a little cocky, you can still summon, special summon, and get his Dante if he wants it. 1 effect Veiler, so if my opponent still gets that Dante or he has a contract or something you don't like, you can Veiler it. Thinking about bumping him up to 2, and because I don't see him that often, and I don't want to drop him because I really like effect Veiler. Alright, moving on to spells. I run 2 Pandemic. I don't really like running 2 Pandemic because I kind of like seeing it in my opening hand. Reason why is because when I want to get my Ophion and they have a way to stop it, I can just drop Pandemic and can still continue my plays to get out my Ophion. So, and then I can use Ophion's effect to detach and grab another one, thin out my deck. Next, 3 MSTs. This is a really, really big card in this deck because you want to get out your Ophion, and when you see back row that you don't like, you pop it, you still get your plays off, and it's good against Cloforts because once they use their scout too much and they're really low on life points, you can just pop their scout and pretty much have a big advantage after that because they lose their pendulum scale, and it's just awesome. Next, 3 Rhoda. I want to drop it down to 2 because I want to draw Catastor more. I don't know why. Some of you might have a better reason why not to drop this card. It's a great card. Don't know why they brought it back to 3. Really seen a lot of use since the Tellers and now Heroes. But I would drop him down to 2 to add like another Veiler or Pandemic. Next, Triple Chalice. This is a great card to have in this deck because if you have let's say your opponent makes a 101 while you have a Ophion on board, play Chalice, negate their effect, and it still won't get over Ophion because Ophion's at 2550, and that would put what is it, 101 to 2500, so it still keeps your Ophion on board and alive. And to the one of spells, 1 Book of Moon, greatest staple. Greatest card ever. Next is the Allure, because everything's a dark in this deck except Rescue Rabbit, and you don't really need that many monsters once you have Ophion on board, so just another way to thin out the deck. Next, here's where I get to the anti-meta part. The one-dimensional fissure. Great card when you're playing against Satellars and Burning Abyss because they automatically gets banished and they don't get their effects off. On to the traps. I only run 7, but it's the greatest 7 ever. The one, Infestation Infection. Coolest card because you get to recycle your Evilswarms once you're done with them, and you say you need a Catastor and it's in your or you need a Catastor and you have like a dead card in hand, you can just put it back in the deck, bring Catastor. It's just a great way to, and it's also a good search for Evilswarm once you use all your pandemics or you don't want to use a pandemic. Next is Macrocosmos. Great anti-meta card, love it. Wouldn't take it out for anything else. Next is Chaos Trap Hole. Great card for Satellar and Burning Abyss and even Shaddolls. And even on the summoning of Dark Law now that heroes have got their new support. And it's pretty much a solemn warning on steroids because it banishes instead of destroys. Next is the one of Soul Drain. Great card. Keeps Dante from getting their Fire Lake back, or if Dante goes to grave, they don't bring out another one. It's just great. And then the 3 big staples ever: Bottomless, Compulse, and Solemn Warning. Probably the greatest staples ever. Now on to the extra deck. I only have 2 Ophion at the moment. I'm getting my 3rd one this weekend, and my extra deck is at 14, but the 3rd one will make it 15. I run 1 Bahamut. He's the big eye of the deck. All you have to do is discard an Evilswarm from your hand, and you get to take control of an opponent's monster. Play the 1 Nightmare. Never really made it. Don't really see a good use for it in this meta. I would really probably change it for Evilswarm Ouroboros, which is Trishula on pretty much the XYZ Trishula. Then the 1 Exciton Knight. Still don't make this often because I'm usually, even though I am usually top decking and have less cards, just don't see really use for it once I have an Ophion on board because I usually win the game from there. But it's a great card to have when you're falling behind and you just need to get rid of the board. Next, I run 1-101. Just one of my favorite XYZs. Best feeling I ever have is 101 or 101 that the opponent has. Dark Rebellion XD Dragon. Great card because it gets over anything. Except Leo, because it does target Leo. But it still can get over a lot of things. Play the 1 Ragnar Zero because of the Cliffort matchup. Want to get rid of them because I hate them. 1 Castel. See a lot of people running 2 now. It is a good thing to run at 2 because it puts stuff back in the deck and doesn't destroy them so they don't get their graveyard effects off, but I like running 1. Run 1 Key Beetle because when I have my Defissure on board, I can make this and use its effect to protect Defissure so they can't MST it, which is pretty cool. Run 1 Abyss Dweller. It's a good card. It's great for playing defensively, but I don't really like playing that way. I like getting all my stuff on board and getting game from there. Play the 1 Cowboy for game. Haven't made game yet with this, but looking forward to it. Play the 182 Heartland Draco. It's a great card when you also have Defissure on board because you can attack your opponent directly for 2,000 life points, and when they're with Cleese, when you scout so much, they're already down them usually 6,000 or 5,000. Just puts them even lower and makes them play more defensively. And then 1 Daigostu Emerald. The reason why I run him is if I don't open up a Rescue Rabbit and I open up with a Heliotrope or even 2, and once I use them, I can just make him, put him back in the deck, shuffle and draw, hopefully get my Rescue Rabbit and use his effect. That's my Evilswarm deck profile. Open to suggestions. I would love to hear from you guys to see what your ideas are and your opinions. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more deck profiles, live duels, and dev pro duels. Thank you.